What's up, guys? Today we're here to talk about my 2023 garage studio and gonna kind of just do a walk around about some of the things that we've added into it and the steps that we've taken. So without further ado, here we are. First up, we have the Samsung 60-inch 4K TV. That bad boy actually came to me at $60, and I say that like I wanted a raffle or something, but I didn't. I actually got it on Facebook Marketplace for $60 because it didn't work. I had to order a part another $65, $70, so all in all just over $120, and I have a great 4K TV for when I want to just turn around and watch TV, but honestly the primary use of it is really just a wallpaper. I let the fireplace on YouTube play in the background, and that's basically all it does. But moving on, next to that we've got on the right hand side my tech logo, which is actually just a Walmart neon strip. I think it was made by the Monster brand, if I remember correctly. I've got it tied in with my Google, so the lights and my logo, when I want to turn those on, I just talk to my little Google display down there, which we'll get to that in just 2 seconds. But it took me some time to get the RGB strip the way I wanted it to be. I used to actually have it sitting up a little bit higher than the TV, and that way when I streamed from my gaming setup, you could see it in the camera. But unfortunately, where I originally had it, you couldn't see it, because like I said, this is a garage, and you can't see it right now, but above me there are still rails attached to where the garage door is mounted, and until I can get that taken out and that actual wall put up, I have to leave those rails. So I decided to shift the tech logo down to where you can see it in my stream, and it actually looks great where it sits now, especially with the camera angle that we have going on. Corner we have my RGB cloud, well, what used to be a cloud, thanks to a fellow member of mine and friend of mine, Resistant Evil on Call of Duty. He sent that out to me, so I'm into that for no money, and it turned out to be great. It was actually 2 that he sent me. My son wanted one, so I stuck it in his bedroom, and I unrolled mine and stuck it in the corner. And I usually keep it on a blue light, but it does RGB. It can dance to the music or your audio. It's a really nice cloud, and if you look down below, we've got the Lenovo Smart Display 8-inch model, and that is how I pretty much control my lights and my logo with my Google, such as, hey Google, turn off my right light. And you see my face got darker. It looks like the left side of my face in the video, but it's the right light when I'm gaming. Hey Google, turn on the right light. See? So when I want to turn everything on, I'll just say turn my studio on or off, and it'll shut everything down. So that has really come in handy a lot. And moving on over next to that entire wall that you see back there is a giant green screen, and that just covers the garage door. Like I said, it's still a garage door there, and I've kind of got some plastic taped up behind it to seal it off, and then hung the green screen in front to hide the wall. The table right below the green screen is actually my old desk setup, and I moved it over there for product demonstration and product videos for some top-down shots and stuff, and kind of where I build computers, also work on computers, so I kind of use that as just an all-around workstation. It also has some holes drilled into it from where I've run cables before, which I found out works perfectly for some of my screwdrivers, some of the larger ones I use, and kind of just comes in handy. Just a little bit further around here, you'll start seeing the Mount Dog lights that I have. That's one of the ones I turned off with the Google command a minute ago, and it's all 3 of my lights in here. My right one, which is in front of my face at the moment, my left one behind me, and then I have one for the top-down shots on that empty desk over there. The right side here, we've got my DAC hooked up. Next to it, we have one of the few USB hub stations we have mounted under the desk here. That one's just a Type-C hub that I use just for running my gaming mouse and my SD card from my camera to the PC setup. But just to the left of the USB hub, I have my gaming headset hooked up, which also has a charging station hooked up to it. It is run under the desk to a giant surge protector power block down there, which I have just about everything to the setup plugged into under the desk to kind of help with cable management. And hanging on that is my Arctic P7 wireless, if I remember the model correct. I've had those for quite some time, but they've been great. I don't plan on upgrading those. So we're going to move on over to the left side of my desk, which is what's behind me in the video here. And first up we have a Solar 18-in-1 USB hub / docking station. That thing is a beast. A 1 terabyte M.2 SATA drive. Much slower speeds than NVMe is the long story short, but it allows me to use my Mac Mini setup with a lot more storage. Just to the left of that is another little dongle, and all I use it for is the SD card of my camera to run to the Mac setup. So when I want to transfer my files from it to the Mac, I use that one. And only because the 18-in-1 Solar docking station, I noticed the SD card reader in it is pretty slow compared to the one I have hooked up in the Mac as well. So yes, I could use the Solar 18-in-1 for that, but I don't, just because of the transfer speeds. So excuse me, I use the other one for it. And as I've been talking about the Mac Mini, that is the 2023 model base edition, the one for $599. It only comes with a 256 gig SSD, or flash storage rather, because it's not upgradable. That's why I use the 18-in-1 with the 1 terabyte SSD in it. Up on top side of the desk here, right above the Mac Mini, we have my Audio Technica mic. It is the AT2035, I do believe. I'll have to double check that. I'll try to link that in the description as well. Another one of those Facebook Marketplace finds. It's been a great microphone, especially using the software with the Go LXR, which we have below the microphone here. And that is the full-size Go LXR. Again, another one of those Facebook finds. I traded an old DSLR camera for it, one of the Nikons that I had of the 3 that I used to have, and it has pretty much been a glorified volume button for me. Other than letting me use my microphone, because it's an XLR connection, I use it for audio volume. That's about it. Moving on in front of that, we have our keyboard, which is the glorious model GMMK. It is the non-pro edition. It has brown switches with a custom keycap off of Amazon. It's been a great keyboard. Again, Facebook find. Most of my setup is from Facebook. Right of that keyboard though, my mouse peripheral is the glorious Model O wireless. That has been great. I've just got some finger grip tape that I added on it, carbon fiber tape. That way my fingers stay gripped to the mouse even when I get sweaty. Again, garage, it gets hot out here, other than a fan that's blowing in the background until I can run some ductwork. And just to the right of that, we've got the Stream Deck Mini. And I found the Mini has been great to start with, but the more you do this, the more you realize you truly do need a lot more buttons without having to set a button for a page and having to run through pages of stuff to get to what you want to do. Video of that just above that, that's on a phone stand, housing my Galaxy Z Fold 4. That's for another day. The monitors I have are the Dell 27-inch 144Hz monitor. Can't remember the exact model number right now. I will try to have a card on it or something on or around the video to let you know what that is, and I'll put the link in the description for it. It's much older. It is a 27-inch, and just below that I use a 32-inch 4K Samsung monitor. The Samsung monitor I use for the video editing, and it's only 60 Hz, and that's why the Dell monitor is 144 Hz, so I use it for my gaming. That's the reason why they're set up in the modes that they are. I used to have the 32-inch in portrait mode off to the left, but for video editing you want more of a wide landscape than you do a portrait. So that's why I have them in the setup that I have at the moment. And if we move just above the monitors, I have a BenQ Halo screen light or screen bar light. Mine is the USB wired version. You can control it with the touch panels on the top, and works great for when I'm out here at night and I'm not gaming. I usually keep most of the lights off and have just the light bar on, and it illuminates the desk in a great way, not shine a light into your face. The computer itself, that bad boy has been through several cases, same equipment, but through so many different cases. I love changing my setup, and mainly I like changing computer cases out more than anything. I have since moved to small form factor in the last year or two, and I haven't gone back. But that thing has been in at least just this year, or just part of last year and this year, a meshless case, a Lean Era Mini case, which was the more recent one, a Fractal Ridge, and now the what is this case, the NR200, and that same custom loop that you're seeing has been in every one of those cases, including the meshless and the Fractal Ridge. The only thing about the Fractal Ridge loop is that pump I could not get to fit anywhere inside of the case, so that one did have an AIO and instead of the full custom loop like that. But in that case, we are running a MSI B550i Gaming Edge Wi-Fi motherboard, a Ryzen 9 5900X CPU. That is, I think, 12 core, 24 thread, if I'm not mistaken. I'll try to have the specs to that below. And running a TridentZ 32 gig kit of RAM at 4000 megahertz. Have a Radeon or AMD RX6700xt GPU. I will see you guys in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace.